Right, good afternoon, all you viewers of my channel. This beautiful day at the end of May here. This video I'm doing is of my Theoben Rapid air rifles. Now, Theoben was a getting together of two very clever gentlemen, Mr. Ben Taylor and Mr. David Theobald. And they started in about 1982, I think it was, and that's where the name Theoben comes from. So you had, I don't know if you can see that, this is a Theoben England Rapid. Theo is the last name of Theobald, and of course the Ben is the first name of Ben Taylor. So they put their names together and you ended up with Theoben. Now some people pronounce it a bit different, but so they started off with break barrel air rifles. Now they invented pretty much the gas shock. Previously, before that, all air guns, break barrel air guns, were spring operated, so you broke the barrel and it compressed a spring, and then when you fired it you had the recoil of the spring going off inside the gun. They came up with a gas ram idea, which I believe he got it from his Suzuki GSXR 1000 or GS 1000 when he was realizing that they had good gas. Hello Holly, she's come to have a look. Gas front fork, so he thought he'd design one to go into spring air rifles. So they started off with that, and they had a really great British business that carried right the way through to well, pretty much 2020, something like that, I think, a bit further on than that. But in about so they started in about 82, and I think the first Rapids, which this is a Rapid now, it's a PCP air rifle. So you have a gas cylinder here that you put compressed air into, and about 2,000 pounds of pressure. So 2 bar goes in there, and you have a piston system in here that releases a small amount of air at a time to release the pellet out the barrel. This is I will say, standard late modelled Mark 1 Theoben Rapid. They came out with the Mark 2, which had a regulator, and it had the wooden, instead of the metal thing here, it had the actual stock came back down around and finished about there. But this is a late model Theoben. The number here is a 023939, so quite a late modelled one. The first Mark 1s were quite different. The stocks used to finish quite early and didn't start to cover the bottle. But they revolutionised. There were some gas sort of guns made many years ago, but they were the first to come up with this body bottle at the front there, and at a reasonable price. And they sold thousands of them through the 90s and were very, very popular. Now this one here is standard, except for the carbon shroud that I made for it. This is a carbon shroud, so I'll see if I can I undo it. I don't know if we can with it on the stand there. Hang on. Yeah, I can unscrew it. So it screws in from the threaded barrel at the end. I threaded it on my lathe, because when they originally came they weren't threaded. So that screws, oh, that screws onto there. This is just a shroud that pops off, and there's the barrel. And this is the bit I made. This is the silencer that I made for it. So that is the standard length of the barrel there, which I think is 14 inches. I think is about what they were. I made this little coupler here to go on against the main housing, and I made this silencer, and you see that there. This is for 177, so there's the silencer for that. and the pellet goes all the way through and goes through 1, 2, 3 holes, and then hopefully the air can come out through the gaps. Then the idea is that this is smaller than the shroud, and the air goes back down the shroud and dissipates out through this filter here. It makes a massive difference. So quite pleased with that. Made it all on my lathe and a few hours with the old file to make this silencer. I've made several, but this one works quite well with this gun. So we'll screw him back on. So that screws straight onto the barrel. I had quite a long threading put on that barrel because I didn't want any movement. So that goes on there like that. And then this here, the shroud just goes over the top, slips onto that fella there, and then we have this nut that I made. There's a washer there. There's a washer on there just to hold it all together, and then we screw him on. Just got to do a bit of, it goes a bit tight at the end, so I'll just, so there you go. So that's that. So but bar the shroud that I've put on, it's really just done as a cosmetic thing and as a silencer, and works very well. This Rapid has the very good MTC Viper Connect scope, and this works very well. I wear glasses, and this, you have no eye relief on this. You put your glasses right up to there, and this air rifle is, I've chronographed it. It is around about 11.5 foot per pound. The legal UK spec is you mustn't have an air rifle of over 12 foot per pound coming out the barrel. So there you go. So this is my first Theoben. I'll show you my customized one next. So okay, thank you. Right, well, here's my other air rifle. This is also a Theoben. It's a slightly newer version. The serial number on this one is 024377. It's what happened here is the other one I had was a Mark 1 I bought over here, and I put the actual workings from that one into this gun, so I ended up with a stock and a bottle and everything else that was sort of going, and then I picked another block up off the internet, minus barrel and everything else, so I picked that up. Now what I've done with this one, this is a lovely stock. I bought this off the internet. There's several makers on the internet that make these sort of stocks, but I really don't know who made this one. Maybe some of you can help me out in the comments, tell me what you reckon this stock is or who this is made by. Beautiful wood finish, and so that was that thumbhole stock. And then what I did, I heard of this fella who made match barrels for people in shooting competitions, match grade barrels. So, and his name is, he goes under the name of Drum, and his company he works at was a Loopy's Custom Shop, and this was back in 2014. I think he stopped really trading pretty much after that. I might be wrong, so maybe someone else can let me know there. Like I say, I live in Guernsey, so I'm pretty much out of what goes on, but I've tried looking on the internet. It doesn't really say much about him. So what this is a cold hammer forged BSA barrel. Now this Drum fella used to go to BSA and select blanks from them, barrels from them, and he would try and get the straightest, because every barrel is, you know, there's little inconsistencies, try and get the best blanks that he could, and then he would machine them for what he wanted. And then I've done the same as I've done on the other one. I've made this silencer and the carbon shroud. You can buy all these carbon tubing off the internet, and I've just got a little lathe and I made them up myself. So This here, if I don't, this one's unscrewing okay. So this goes actually a few inches, well, quite a few inches down the barrel. As you can see here, this is a 21.5 inch barrel, like I say, made by Drum of Loopy's Custom Shop. He threads it, he does everything else, and he reckons that it was one of the a really good barrel that I managed to get off him. The blank was, I can actually read it out to you. I've got the paperwork here. I'm not going to bore everybody with that. But it was a very, very good barrel, and this thing shoots pellet on pellet at 30, 45 yards. Really is fantastic. Then I got the quick fill and gauge from America. That's the guy from Rapid Air Weapons. They sort of took over the Theoben thing when it all went wrong, and I got that from them, and it's a really nice quick fill. Just goes there. It doesn't protrude the bottle a lot more than what it did before. I have got a quick fill on the other one, but I quick fill it from underneath the mechanism underneath there. I've got a Best Fittings. If you want anything for these guns or any air rifles, Best Fittings are a fantastic firm, and they do some great stuff. So let's see if I can get the end of this one, so show you the one I made for this one. Oh, hang on, I'll just stop and then get it out. Hang on. Right, here we go. So this is the silencer I made for this one. Came off a design I saw on the internet. We've got an O-ring here at the front and an O at the back, and a O-ring here at the front. So the pellet goes through there. A lot of the air comes out of here and goes down the shroud and out through the it goes out through the silencer and comes out of these vents here. There's a one of my wife's hair curlers in there, and that filters out the air that comes back. Then after that, any excess air that's left comes out through these voids as it comes out. It's a 177 again. It comes out through there. So that screws on the end of the barrel there. Ooh, pigeons are flying about. So hang on, there we go. That screws onto the end of the barrel like that there. And then as you see, the pellet has to come through there and through these voids before it comes out. It really does deaden the crack with this 21.5 inch barrel. It does give quite a crack. It is pretty much on 11.5 or maybe just a little bit 11.7 foot per pound, this one. Pretty regular, and like I say, does a beautiful job. So there's just that shroud that goes on there, and then this shroud here comes over there, and as you see, there's some holes just in there. So that shroud then goes into this groove, so any other air that comes around will go down this shroud. So there's plenty of places for the air to escape. And then this fella here, got the O-ring there, so that just seals there. That goes over there like that. Here we go. And then it should screw on. And as it screws on, the shroud comes up. Just do like that over the last O-ring at the end. There you go, and that's that. So this is, and this has got a Viper Connect on it. This is the, they make two scopes. This is the 3x12x32, where the other one is 3x12x28, I think it is. But they're lovely scopes, give you a big wide vision of view. So there you go, on this beautiful day. Those were my two Theobens. Can't get them anymore. Like I said, they went out of business in about 2012, I think. The company collapsed, and one of their workers took it to America. But they do make some guns, but I like the old Rapids, the ones that were made in England. You know, you can't beat that. Theoben, England, Rapid, wonderful. you know, and it's a hell of a shame that it went down that way. Ben Taylor, I think, still he did start making a gun with one of the aftermarket firms, the Silencer, Huggett, I think it was. I think he made a gun for, but I haven't really seen much about that the last few years, so I don't know what happened there. But this is my Theoben. Beautiful gun, lovely to shoot. Okay folks, just thought I'd give you a little view of my two Theobens. Not much going on in the shooting around here at the moment. I will be putting a video up soon of the young pheasants coming out the incubator and in their little pen running around and flying about. So I'll upload a video of that soon. Okay folks, many thanks on this beautiful sunny day in Guernsey.